I just drove my car on the beach and it said 4x4 vehicles only. Technically, my baby is an all-wheel drive, but you know what? Why not? Oh man. I drove my car onto the beach. Let's see if I can get out of here. Look at that. And all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive AWD and four-wheel drive 4WD both provide power to all four wheels, but AWD can direct the power between either all wheels or just the front wheels, creating a more efficient drive. 4WD vehicles are specialized for rugged off-road driving and towing by adjusting the balance of power between the vehicle's front and rear wheels. This is from insta.com. 4WD and 4x4 are often used interchangeably, but there is a difference. 4WD is optimized for severe off-road driving situations such as climbing over boulders, fording deep water, and tackling steep hills with loose, low-traction surfaces. 4x4 is a vehicle with four-wheel drive that is activated via a transfer case where the driver selects from two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive high range, and four-wheel drive low range. This answer is from consumerreports.org and cartalk.com.
y'all. So I'm out here today at Ready Point Preserve, and it is gorgeous out here. There we go. Yeah, I just wanted to come out today and get some fresh air, because yesterday I was in the house all day. So which was needed, because all week I've been running around, whether it was being productive or going on adventures. Literally every day of last week I was running around. So today is June 28th, Sunday, start of a new week. Amen. So what better way to start our week than to come out in nature? So I've been here before with the boys. Well, look at that spider web, just waiting for me. I've been here before with the boys. There's a main this way. Sorry, y'all. What was I trying to say? I've been here before with the boys, but we didn't like do the whole loop. And the signs are kind of interesting. There's trail markers like everywhere, but they go in numerical order. But depending on which way you're looking at them from, it'll be a different number. So I'm looking for the number 3, but it doesn't always have a number. Sometimes it just says Maine with the arrow. So yeah, I've been like discovering certain nooks and then backtracking and whatever. But I'm trying. I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Let me backtrack all the way back and try to follow it in order. Because if I follow in order, I should be hitting all these little spots, theoretically, right? So, anyways, just want to come on here and show you guys what I'm up to. And yeah, it's a beautiful day today. The high is supposed to get to like 90 something, 93, 94. I forgot. When I left the house, I think it was only 80 something, but with this humidity, it might as well just be 90 something all day, every day. But I like this kind of weather. I prefer this over being cold, honestly. I appreciate cold weather. You know, there's a time and place for everything. But if I had to choose, this would be my kind of weather, my kind of ecosystem, some subtropical vibes. So yeah, it's so gorgeous out here. Oh no, those are people's houses over there. See, that says alternate. This says Maine. So I think for now I'll stick to Maine. The camera's just not doing it justice, y'all. When I get to these parts where it's wide open and you have, I don't know what type of trees these are. Whatever trees these are. Maybe they're live oaks, I doubt it. I don't know. I don't know my trees well enough like that, but these canopies where you have like the hanging moss and everything, like my phone's just not doing it justice. So, but for now, this is what we're working with, and everything is but for a season. So, okay, this arrow's going this way. See, but there's a trail that way, but I'm gonna follow the blue trail today. See what I get into. See, but this says exit. I don't want to exit. See, something's not making sense. Oh, let's see. Okay, no. See, okay. Exit is going straight that way. 4. Okay, there we go. Okay, some numbers are making sense. 4. Ow, ow, ow. This is 4. Exit is going back that way. That's the marsh trail. I don't want to go along the marsh trail. Let's go back this way, y'all. See what this post is saying from the other side. I wish they had like a little map or something. They did at the beginning of the trail. See, and now this thing is sending me back that way. It's sending me back that way. So I'm almost like, do I want to come back the way that I came? Or follow this all the way around? I wanted to stay on the blue trail, but clearly there's something I'm not understanding. So that's 4. That was 5. So we're gonna try to find 6. Because 5 was pointing back this way, the way I came from. So maybe I missed it somewhere. Maybe it was on the other side of the post. Because I know that 7 was over there. So, I don't know, y'all. Either way, I'm outside. I'm enjoying this fresh air. I think next time, I'm going to go left. Because that was something I did this time, is I went right. Because the sign said 3, and it said right or left. And because when the last time we came here, we went left, I was like, shoot, I'll go right. But clearly the numbers don't necessarily work that way. So, I'm going to try to find number 6, because I know where number 7 is. It was on that old abandoned road. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm getting my steps in, y'all. Guys. Yeah, guys, you got to look at these from all angles, because that's 6 right there. So, yeah, next time I'm just going to follow the path going left, because the numbers actually go up that way. So, a lot of backtracking today, but I'm loving it. I'm having fun. So, whoa, look at this cool log. It's not cool that somebody left a fireball bottle in there, but it's very pretty. Has all these mushies on it. I love fungi. So cool. Okay, so that sign, I came from that direction before, and when I was coming from that direction, there was a route that said alternate. I was like, oh, I'm gonna stick to the regular route right now. So this loop is only supposed to be a mile, but if you were supposed to take every single route and backtrack like I am, and then there's also an orange route that's called like the Marsh Trail or something like that, it definitely is probably going to end up being more than a mile. I wouldn't be surprised if I've clocked a mile already. I have my Strava on right now, so we'll see when I finally get back to the car. But we're going to see what this alternate route is talking about, because I came from that direction already. So, yeah, it's looking interesting because I'm coming up on a gate. Okay, this alternate route comes like when you go down the road before you come like cut back into the woods. It's like right along somebody's property, because I remember there was another path earlier that I was going to go down, and I started seeing a property fence. That's why I turned back. But this is like the actual alternate route. I'm pretty sure the route I was going to go down before wasn't part of the alternate route. But you can definitely tell that people don't use this as much as the main route, because the ground is very soft and plushy. Like different critters have been like digging it up or whatever.
Found number 8. Can you see it? Look at that. Number 8. So now we're back on the main trail, I guess. Yeah, this is the trail I was gonna go down before. It's kind of hard to see, but as you can tell, it's not marked, and literally from the front of it you can see somebody's property, so that's probably their own little private trail they use. Now I'm going back along the route that I came from the other direction. So moral of the story is, when counting the numbers, at least for this loop, I don't know about other places where they number their markings, their trail markers, but for this loop, for the blue loop at Ready Point Preserve, stick to the left. If you want to follow the numbers in order and make like a pretty loop, stick to the left. So, but yeah, it's such a beautiful day today. I'm enjoying myself. I don't know if I'll go somewhere after I'm done with this, and I don't know if I'll just finish with this loop or go check out the marsh trail, but it's pretty cool so far. But we found marker 8, so maybe there's 9 or 10 markers, because we're heading back towards the front. So either way, happy to be out here. So yeah, I can't wait to have my bike with me, y'all. I need to start looking into where to go to install a hitch on my car, so that I can purchase the bike rack that I want, because I want a hinge swinging bike rack. Oop, found number 9. Nice. Number 10. Dun, dun, dun. And then that's the exit marker down there. Honestly, I might check out the marsh trail, not gonna lie. I still got some May. So we're gonna keep on walking. But at least now I can say I know how the loop works out here. Because before, your girl was clearly just winging it. So we've gone, this is the trail that we chose the last time we came, was to come down from where we entered the trail and then follow the marsh trail marker. But I don't think we actually completed the marsh trail marker. So I'm gonna check that out right now. And that's the thing, I don't think the marsh trail marker, is numbered. I think it just says marsh. So that guy is fast. He's on an e-bike, and unless he has a twin, he looks exactly like the other guy that was just on an e-bike. So I don't know if he's just doing crazy loops or something, but yeah. So cool. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Yes, I know this is a very peculiar angle. I'm just so beat. Like the amount of fatigue I feel right now hit me like a train, dude. I'm so tired. A combination of not going to bed on time last night, per usual, doing pool workouts for like a little over 2 hours yesterday, on top of waking up early this morning after only about 5 hours and like 45 minutes of sleep, and driving 2 hours and 15 minutes to then go snorkeling for another 2 hours before I could even get in the park to go snorkeling. I was waiting in not one, but two, not even two, technically three lines. It took over 30 minutes waiting in line in my car to get in the park. And then I stood in a line thinking I was going to get a tram ticket from that parking lot to the other, only to find out the only other way to get to the other entrance of the park is to leave the park and drive 10 minutes to the other entrance. And the other entrance is where I needed to be in order to go to the holes that I wanted to swim at, snorkel at. 2 and change hours of snorkeling and swimming later, I proceed to buy a mediocre but slightly delicious beef and lamb gyro from this little food truck situation they have here. Shout out to the park, because if that was not here, I would just be surviving off of the fruits I brought with me, which that's also fine. I was prepared to do that. Yeah, scarf that gyro down, scarf the fries down, ate a nectarine, which was so delicious. I forgot how much I love nectarines and apples. I ate an apple too, and I was chugging water. And now I'm here, exhausted. I'm so tired that I was determined, and I did, as you can see, um, to find a way to prop up my phone, because I don't have the energy to hold it up right now. Fighting gravity and the weight of the phone, I don't. And the tiredness of my arms, I just. So right now, I'm laying down in the back of my car. I have my seat reclined. I'm using my outdoor blanket as like a pillow, and it's working perfectly, like, for that purpose. And despite feeling so tired, I feel so good. 2 days in a row of getting to play around in the water. Marvelous. So right now, two things are happening. Resting, because I need to, because there's no way I can get on the road feeling the way I do right now. And also trying to think if I want to just simply head straight back home, or find something else to do in the area. Most likely not water related, but I'm also fine with doing a dry adventure. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be rinse and repeat, but at a different park. So currently I am at Itchatuckney State Park, and tomorrow I will be going to Rainbow Springs State Park. So I'm very excited. I totally want to come back here too, especially with the boys. I think my husband would enjoy seeing the fish in the little swimming holes, and baby boy might take a time to enjoy himself because the water is pretty chilly. But it's one of those things that once you get used to it, it's really not that bad. It's just a shock to the system because it's not like it's 40 something degree water, but it feels that way when outside is 85 plus degrees. I think currently it might be like 90 something. But yeah, I think they would really enjoy this spot. And despite the plethora of people that are here, it's not that bad. It was a long way.
All right, y'all. Sorry for the angle, but your girl is driving. It's about an hour or so later. I was rudely cut off from the last clip because my phone was overheating. Yes, it's hot outside, but my phone was not in the direct sun. It was literally covered by the car. So I don't know. Maybe because it was already warm. Who knows, honestly. But yeah, so right now I'm on the way back home. I wasn't completely ready to leave, but at the same time I was, just because I knew I didn't want to get back in the water again, at least not there. If I have the urge to swim again, I'll just go to the Y. 2 days ago, I finally took the plunge and started my own account with the YMCA, and I can go to any of them that are in the First Coast area. I don't know exactly what they are, but so far I know of two I can go to, but there's like a good amount of them that I can go throughout multiple counties. So that's really cool. Um, but yeah, so right now the plan is to go home, kind of recuperate. I may take a nap just because I have a headache and, excuse me, I know I'm sleepy because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and both yesterday and today I've been running around. And oh, that's a national forest. Huh. Look at me already looking for more things to explore. Hold on, I want to save that place. Okay. Sorry about that. So, yeah, let me go a little bit faster because this car is like in my tail. Even though I'm driving the speed limit. What was I talking about? I'm on my way back home because I felt like I was done with my time at that state park, and just with the way I was feeling, fatigue, headache, all that stuff, I felt like it was best to just go ahead and head back home. And this state park that I went to, the Itchitucknee State Park, well, Itchitucknee Springs State Park, is actually only an hour and a half from where I'm currently staying, which is cool because the original state park that I was on my way to this morning is actually 2 hours and 14 minutes away from where I'm staying. So I will still be going to that state park tomorrow. It's Rainbow Springs State Park. That was the plan, to go there today, but while I was on the road, see, everything happens for a reason. While I was on the road, something told me to look at the website, or I don't know what came across my mind, that, oh, see this, okay, so this is the ranger station. Sorry, I'm driving through, kind of through, not probably, I guess technically I'm driving through Osceola National Forest. So I wanted to go ahead and save that, because again, whether it's water or dry, I love a good outdoor adventure. So yeah, something came across my mind where I proceeded to go on the website, and then I see the banner at the top saying that starting in April of this year, you need to have a reservation to enter the park. You cannot just come and drive up. And so I tried to get a same day reservation, and it was not available. and it was too early to call them because they didn't open all of these. I'm pretty sure all of these state parks open at 0800, and so it was too early to call them. And I'm looking at reviews and everything like that, and something told me, you know what, let me try to find somewhere else, because I didn't want to go there and not be able to go in. Obviously, yes, that's the worst case scenario. I go and I can't go in. But instead of putting myself through that, I said, why not just look for something else? So I Googled best Florida state parks for snorkeling, because I have my snorkeling gear with me. Technically, it's my diving gear, but the things that I need to snorkel. It's not like I'm wearing a wetsuit and my BCD. So I have my mask, fin, snorkel with me, and that was the goal for today, was to take a trip and go to these beautiful springs and go snorkeling, because you can snorkel in them. So, and you can also dive in them as well, which I cannot imagine having full diving gear and dealing with all those people being there. I think it's the perfect size to go snorkeling, and you could go diving there. It would be a nice shallow dive, so you'd be able to spend a lot of time. But I just don't think, for me, it would be worth lugging all that gear to the spot to go diving and then lugging it back out and carrying it back. To me, I don't think it would be worth it. However, I'm sure people have done it and will do it and do it. So, anyways, I'm Googling and Ichitucky State Park comes up. Of course, a lot of other state parks come up, mainly ones in the Keys. And I would love to go to the Keys, but that's something that I need to plan more for. It was not in my plan to drive any more than 2 and some change hours to, go somewhere to go snorkeling. And so, yeah, but that trip is coming. I don't know if I'll make that trip by myself. I have no problem making it by myself, but by the time I budget and really plan and all that stuff, because if I go all the way down there, it's not going to be no day trip or overnight trip. I guess it could be an overnight trip, but I don't want it to be an overnight trip. With that amount of traveling, especially if I'm going by myself, I would rather plan and budget to have somewhere to stay. And not only that, if I'm going to the Keys, your girl wants to go diving. I think, yeah, I think I'm already able to do my snorkeling within a 3-hour radius of where I'm staying now. So when it's time for me to go to the Keys, I want to go ahead and just bring all my gear and really go diving. So that's something else I can look into too. Oh, these trees are so beautiful. This little clearing right here with all these pine trees is, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's probably too late to show you guys because I was ogling, but I just love when there's areas like that where it's just pine trees and grass, and it's like beautiful clearing space, but you still get coverage and shade from the trees. But yeah, so I didn't outright state it, but I guess it's pretty obvious. Maybe not that obvious, but I live in Florida now. I should be here for a while. Honestly, the way I feel, I could be here for the rest of my life and I would be completely happy. I've been loving it. I've been here for over 2 weeks at this point. I officially touched down in Florida on June 15th. And today is what? July 3rd? So the 15th to the 30th is 15 days, 16, 17, 18. So today is my 18th day in good old Florida. And yeah, this place has so much to offer. Jacksonville alone is so big, and there's so many different aspects to Jacksonville. You'll go one area that feels like the hood, you'll go to one area that feels like suburbia, you'll go to another area that's like the beachy, preppy, like kind of like wealthy area. Like there's just so much to that city, and it's the first time that I'm actually comfortable living in a city. Where I'm at, I'm not going to be there forever. It's only temporary housing. However, living there and doing my little explorations and whatnot has really allowed me to see, oh, I wouldn't mind living in this area, or this is a nice area, and da 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 da. So it's just been really amazing. I just love what Jacksonville has to offer. And not only that, I really love what this state has to offer. Everything that I love to do is right here. Now, of course, we don't have mountains, right? But we're in a perfect area, and especially being who I am and loving a good road trip, it doesn't take long. I probably would only have to drive 2, maybe 3 hours north if I really wanted like mountains, get into some Georgia mountains and whatnot. Honestly, I probably would get. I wonder how far 3 hours, like directly north of Jacksonville, where that would get me. Um, Even though we don't have that kind of elevation in Florida, I really don't feel as if I'm missing out on anything, because the state has so much it has so much to offer in different aspects, especially with being having the location it does, and access to blue water, access to the Atlantic Ocean. It's just it's just so great. Honestly, it's so great. I cannot wait to start scuba diving again. I cannot wait to continuously swim and swim and swim. I told you guys previously that I finally took the jump and signed up for a YMCA account, and just having that access to a pool in multiple locations all the time is really nice. And I'm pretty sure I think the one I went to yesterday is the closest one to me. That one has an outdoor pool, so I know that during the winter and the off season, it most likely won't be available. However, because of the type of account I have, I can simply go to another Y. And there's so many of them within the same 20 to 25-minute radius, just in different directions. It's yeah, I'm really loving it here. Really, really loving it here. And yes, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. My body probably just needs to crash, and it probably will crash, man, as soon as I get back to the place. But it's one of those things where it's a happy tired or a happy fatigue. I'd rather be fatigued from working out and exploring and moving my body than being fatigued from being stressed at work, And that's another thing. I'm loving work. I'm loving what I do. I'm loving the people that I work with. And I've only been there 2 weeks. It is such a blessing to, even if you're not extremely like crazy and passionate about the work you do, it is even a blessing to just be content and happy with what you do. It may not be the perfect thing that you envisioned for your life, and that perfect thing might be something that you're still trying to attain and working towards, but it is a blessing to be in a position where going to work is exciting. Even if it's on a scale of 1 to 10, only like a 5 or 6 of excitement, but it's still exciting. It's not a 0, it's not a 10 on the stress scale, it's not a 10 on the unhappy scale. It's really not a number on any stress or unhappy scale. So not comparing, but combining all of the things, where I live, where I work, who I work with, and all the possibilities, I think that's the most exciting thing, is the list and the plethora of possibilities that I have, that my husband has, that my baby has, that we all have as a family unit by living in Florida. Like, I have said it so many times, and I'm probably going to keep saying it, but I am so excited and so happy that I'm here. From the time that we've stepped foot here, I mean, the first week I kind of like just huddled down in the Airbnb we were staying in because I was so exhausted. Seth and I drove our vehicles separate, so we were both feeling the effects of that long travel, because we traveled to South Carolina all in one day, then we rested for the night, and then the next morning we went ahead to Florida, and that was another 4 and change drive. 4 hour and change drive. So that first week I really was just hunkering down. I only left the house to go for walks, and then for Father's Day we left the house. But other than that, actually no, we weren't in the Airbnb on Father's Day. We actually left the Airbnb on Father's Day. That Sunday we were moving into where I'm staying right now.
Yeah, it's all right. So, do you want to start another lesson? Sure, let's. All right, well, let's go. Let's look at our first slide. First and Second Corinthians, and the title for it